Hi, I'm David Tomlinson, the Technical Officer for Metrology at the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality, better known as CROSQ. It is my pleasure to bring you greetings on behalf of the CROSQ Secretariat and indeed the wider CROSQ family and deliver this World Metrology Day message. While World Metrology Day is not yet one of the most popular of celebrated days, for us metrologists, it is something we look forward to annually. Every year, on the 20th of May, we plan events to celebrate the day that the Meter Convention was signed back in 1875. For almost 1.5 centuries, this Meter Convention has been the basis for harmonized international measurements coordinated by our dear friends at the International Bureau of Weights and Measures in France, working alongside the International Bureau of Legal Metrology. Special greetings to the directors and staff of both institutions. This year's theme is Measurements for Global Trade. But so far, for the first half of this year, measurements in trade have been the least of our concern. Governments have been grappling with containing the spread of COVID-19, and as citizens of the global community, we have been more concerned with testing and keeping ourselves and our families safe, as well as the number of positive cases, the number of recoveries, and, unfortunately, the number of deaths. COVID-19 has impacted our lives in a real way, and while we take the time to recognize the work of my fellow metrologists and the metrology community, we must pause to express our sympathy to those who have lost loved ones to this awful virus. On behalf of the CROSQ family, I must also express our sincere appreciation to those on the front lines of this war on COVID-19. Special thanks to our heads of government and their staff, healthcare workers, sanitation workers, grocers and grocery staff, farmers, and last but not least, our IT professionals who have had to respond to our rapid switch to life in a virtual environment. In addition to those on the front line, I must applaud my colleagues in the metrology community who have been doing their part to battle COVID-19. Some of you have been working assiduously throughout the lockdowns to support the testing laboratories and clinical services with calibration of their measurement devices, such as clinical thermometers and dosage devices, to ensure persons are diagnosed and treated properly. Others of you have been working to design and support the manufacture of critical medical devices, such as respirators. And we have seen where our colleagues in the standards development community have been making key related standard specifications, such as those for personal protective equipment, available free of charge. Our metrologists have also been hard at work with some of our national standards bureaus still offering measurement calibration services. And we anticipate when many economies open, this will be one of the services that will become vital once again for trading as well as for our very health and safety. As the world now tries to come to terms with the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on global trade, it is my firm belief that this year's theme, Measurements for Global Trade, will become more relevant in the second half of the year. Despite all the figurative and literal clouds on the horizon, COVID-19 has shown us that mankind can quickly harmonize and mobilize systems towards a common objective. The international measurement system has been long established and harmonized, but there's still much work to be done to mobilize these systems in a real way in developing economies, especially small island developing states such as in the Caribbean and the Pacific. Accurate measurements are critical for domestic and international trade, especially within global value chains. And while we have had significant progress as a region, we still have a lot of work to do. As we now begin to shift our focus towards economic recovery, our national metrology institutes and the entire regional quality infrastructure will have to play their part in re-energizing trade. The CROSQ Secretariat will continue to play our part in developing a harmonized national and regional metrology infrastructure that is traceable to the international community. It is not beyond our abilities. At this time, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our partners, both regionally and internationally, who have been immense towers of support. We want to thank our development partners, the European Union, the Caribbean Development Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank, the ACP Secretariat, the German Development Agency GIZ, and ASTM International. In addition, regional organizations such as the CARICOM Secretariat, the CARIFORUM Directorate, the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, the Caribbean Export Development Agency, and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture. We'd also want to thank our big brothers and big sisters in the metrology and quality infrastructure community. The German Metrology Institute, the PTB, who have been a long-standing partner with us. The British Standards Institution, the Inter-American Metrology System, and all its members, particularly our dear friends at the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, in the United States, the National Metrology Center of Mexico, in Sanam, the National Institute of Metrology, Standardization, and Industrial Quality in Metro, in Brazil, the National Institute of Industrial Technology, INTI, in Argentina, the Costa Rican Metrology Laboratory, La Comet, and the National Institute of Quality, INACAL, in Peru. Last, but definitely not least, none of our progress over the years would have been possible without our hard-working regional metrologists, both those still in the service of our regional NMI and those who have moved on to greener pastures. I want to wish each and every one of you a happy World Metrology Day 2020. Until we see each other again, my friends, thank you for your service and stay safe.